better? Easier to read?
Yeah, I can read it better.
Need to close those windows on each side, I think would help. But guess I could try to zoom in and crop those out. That was really fast. We think everybody's gonna stay at the podium, right?
We will have the very last session of the day is going to be a student panel, so
Okay.
we'll have like 5 or 6 chairs
Yeah, I'll do
up
that,
there.
sure.
Will that work?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
adjust them.
Thank you.
Start, stop, and clean. I got happy down there, can you plug in something?
That's great. Are you like managing the live stream
Yeah.
too? Is there a way for people to leave comments, like if they have questions when they're watching virtually? We had some virtual people. Because I haven't pulled up to see if they were able to make comments.
Do you need us to use the microphone for the live stream or for the thing? Okay, this one or this one? You know?
And then if someone from the audience asks a question, we'll just ask you to repeat it so the
Okay.
live stream folks can hear it. Thanks.
Okay.
Probably that one.
'Cause there's another one up here. I just don't know if it's linked into your.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the comments, because I'm not sure what it's being streamed to.
Okay. Yeah, I can show you what it looks like from it's on YouTube.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and that'll just be something for us to think through for next year. Cause like it shows up on here. So there's no like I was just thinking if someone was watching virtually and I had a question for the presenter, I'm like, oh, I don't know how they're gonna ask.
Alright.
But I can go ask our come to you real fast.
Okay. Oh, Jared. Oh my God. Jared, everybody's hack man. Good morning.
for y'all.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Or let me introduce you?
We can introduce.
Okay, I'll just let you know when you have
The whole
5 and 10
visit
minutes
day.
left. Yeah,
It's like part of the.
perfect. And I'll do like the evaluation.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't have coffee, but I did put gum in my mouth. Oh, that's the same thing. Right. Oh, we're predicting like this, that's great. Right. I'm just kidding.
No, it's okay. It's fine, I get it. No.
Oh, also, we don't have food, so we can't have them vote. We vote for their t-shirts that we're giving. So we figure out how to.
I can figure it out.
Jen says, "You have a warm?" I said, "This is."
We're doing that. I'll figure it out.
Mm.
Hi.
I wanna be crazy.
Okay. Yeah. You're not gonna scare me. I teach public speaking, so
I wasn't gonna go full in, but I wanted to.
I'll intentionally say my ums and uhs just because you're right. Where's Dave?
I just didn't want to be
No
like,
idea. You just put me in.
Got it.
Did you see Joe?
Absolutely.
No.
I'm retaining information.
Just slightly, but not.
I'll look in the bowl.
You see him, let me know. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Who do you use the arrows? Okay. The clicker's plugged in and the clicker doesn't work, so you'll have to get this.
can you do it with your phone?
No.
Good, how are you?
No, because this is a Mac and it's a foreign object to me.
Do you have an iPhone?
I do. But I don't, this was set up when I walked in. Oh, peanut gallery, $2.
Of course. I like to learn new things.
Okay, I'll teach you something new.
I've got tons of questions.
Okay, I'm here for it.
None of them have to do with
I just caught the best news.
What?
No.
Probably best.
Well, I'm wondering, because that was just like, you put it on there and then it runs at the time. So I'm wondering if they like later.
Oh,
Is there an app attached to it? How do you,
Well,
does
there's
it
a
send it
whole
over?
box.
okay.
I put down on our basement dish, so it's
Because
screwed
if
next to
we
you.
have to like
Oh, I thought
worry
you
about.
send Raven on reading
But I'm
from
moving
the.
I ended up buying one just
I
in
know.
case my dog.
I'm
Oh,
just
how much
wanting
was that?
to do,
$59.
Oh, shit.
as
I
soon
got
as
the
she
box,
starts, we give you
the
10 minutes
red
of free
box
meals.
line or
And
something.
then we say, pick somebody.
Well, since you're
Era.
reading this, it's probably a good idea you bought it.
To her nurse, and then there's a comment.
Hi,
Are you coming to our session?
No, I'm about to get a call from another president.
Oh, well, can't interrupt
Yeah,
that.
I'd rather be in.
I only have data on the first slide though, so. I can give you everything you want on the first slide.
I'd rather be here than the home shop.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good,
Yes,
good.
And it also measures your blood sugar.
That's what I don't know. That.
Yeah. See, we have a cabinet in my basement.
They were both ours. Same exact question.
Mom, guess what? I don't know if I told you yet. I'm studying for grad school.
How exciting! What program?
Speech and rap.
I love that for you. Congratulations. That's a hard one to get into.
I know, I was very nervous.
That's very exciting. Me too. That's very exciting. Congratulations. Are you starting this summer term or fall?
Fall.
Yeah.
I'm not doing summer anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
that's-
doing like summer starts.
Fair, a lot of the
Oh. I'm old. I remember when I did that.
Well, they did a summer start like last year.
Okay. How many did they accept in? I'm interested to
I don't
know.
know. I'm
just
starting
her
to-
right now.
It's just me.
You're
She is the program.
Class of one. Okay. Be one.
I was talking to Dr. Day about it, and she said like 20 or 30, somewhere in
That's
there.
a pretty good.
But over half of them are from other schools.
Wow.
Really? Oh, look at you.
Wow.
Ahead of the rest. Love that for you. I love that. Well, if we need to talk about your financial life, let me know.
I had a meeting with Madeline.
Good, 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 good.
I said,
For loan eligibility.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
said, help.
I thought.
I said, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her and Alexis, but I also told Alexis, you need to tell me about grad school, grad school. Stuff he walked in the office and she turned around, she said, tell me what I need. She's like, unfortunately.
Yeah. Finding a way. So do you want the bad news or the bad news?
Right, right.
That's pretty much what I was like. So tell me how bad it's gonna be. Tell me how much I have to pay. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So,
How long is the program? Like how many hours?
I don't know. I know it's 6 semesters, but I don't know off the top of my head.
That's okay. You guys do weird schedules too.
Yeah, we did. It's like 9, 9,
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, but it's a lot of clinical work. Like
It's a lot of
clinical
work.
But I wonder how much book work there is compared to the clinical work. Oh. I was really trying to help.
No, it's okay.
Do you guys only do the clinicals then here in our clinic, or do you guys go out to other facilities?
They're changing it up this semester, this year, so I'm not entirely sure, but I know I have to go do like a placement, and then I have to go do a hospital placement.
Oh, well that'll be
But that's,
good though.
but that's in the last 2 semesters.
That'll be good though, for like to see the different settings. What, right now, what's your hospital? Yeah. That would be good.
I do. It's making, I think with her other student teacher, it was in her last fall, it was like, the teacher had to step out for the day, they just let them fill in, because it was a pandemic. What happened in the hospital teacher? So Where's the speaker? In the ceiling? Okay. Okay, well I'm gonna use the microphone because we are part of the live stream and it is being recorded, so I don't need to yell, I naturally project, so sorry everyone. Okay, my name is Britni Hume. I am the Assistant Director of New Student Programming in the Admissions Office. I plan all of our big event days, our high school visit days, new student orientation, and I oversee our daily campus visit office.
My name is Lorraine Carroll. I am the campus events coordinator, and I am helping Britni with the bulk of orientation this year, helping pick up daily visits and all that kind of stuff.
Feel free to ask questions as we go. I'm a very casual person, so I don't want you to think that we're up here suit and tie and that you can't raise your hand or just blurt out a question, because I'm happy to answer anything as we go along. And I don't have a clicker, so I'm going to be continuously reaching for a laptop. Okay, so we are here to talk about our students, how they get here, when they're here, what they experience whenever they come to visit campus, and then how that relates back to faculty and other support resources on campus and how that impacts you. So these numbers are from last year because this year is not yet complete, as you know, our fiscal year process. So these are like our bread and butter. So 66% of students who visit campus also apply. So over half, that's fantastic. 50% of students that come to on a personalized daily visit. So those are not event days. So that is when they come down to campus, they say, I want to meet with finance and I want a financial aid appointment. We're coordinating that like a Disney travel agent, like for lack of better words. So we are, what time do you want to come down to campus? When do you need to leave? When are you doing this? Do you have any other appointments? So like, are they going to meet with athletics? Do they want to talk to the speech and debate team? Do they also want to go on a farm tour? So we're looking at all of that and we are personalizing their visit to what they want out of it as soon as they step foot on campus. You might recognize Discover Central Days, so that is our signature admissions event. You will see that every single year in some way, shape, or form. We will always have a Discover Central Day. This year it took place in the spring, so it was on President's Day, which was a huge win because most students did not have school. So they didn't need a class excuse. Their parents were, some of them were off work depending on their place of work. And so we had a really great attendance for that day. But last year, so not this February, but last year during Discover Central Day, about 37% of those students got admitted and then also enrolled. So I think that percentage is low, and I want to explain why. Discover Central Days are marketed towards juniors. So true to its name, we want them to come figure out, is UCM for you? So it's browsing fair, nothing is like set in stone. We want them to kind of explore and truly, quote unquote, discover Central. So it's that 37% is maybe some students that were late in their college search, or they hadn't really made a decision yet and that date worked for them and their families to come down to campus, but really Discover Central Days are for junior students. So just want to give that caveat there. We have Saturday visits, as you all have probably seen or participated in. We have experience-based Saturday visits in the fall, so that means that we cater those around a football game. And so they can see what our student life is like. So Family Weekend is a popular one that we plan visits on because then the parents can see how they also are involved in their student's life even after they come back to school. And then we also do one around homecoming. I will say this year, based on our October schedule for this next year, will not be happening the Friday before homecoming, but Mule Day is one that you can expect to see from us that has that homecoming vibe. So like pep rally, cheerleaders, mule kickers, all of the things to kind of bring up that school spirit. And then Admitted Student Day, which is this Friday, in case anybody doesn't know yet. We only available to admitted students. So this year it is open to admitted like incoming freshmen and transfer students. We have 376 students registered. So that is a lot of students that are coming on campus, and in my experience so far, that is our largest registrant number going into Admitted Student Day. So we're very excited about it, but it will be very interesting to see how we basically host an orientation while everything in all classes are in session. perception. So we typically 80% of those students enroll, but that is also strategic, right? Like they're already admitted. They're coming and making sure like this is the last confirming effort of like, yes, I want to go here. Yes, I want to be involved here. This is what my life's going to look like here. And we've added things continuously over the years, like the involvement fair, so that they can engage with student organizations, and adding in like those campus resources mule mall vibe from orientation, putting those housing, immunizations, financial aid, all of those in the right room, so that way there's no question that can go unanswered. Like we've got everybody that's here, we can point you to the right direction, or we can have an ambassador take you to that office to make sure you get those questions answered, so that way you go home feeling really good about it. A student's perception begins before they get here. So think all the way to that very first email they received from UCM. Whether it's coming from us in-house at admissions, or it's coming from one of our marketing providers like Encora, that is their first impression of UCM. It could also be an alumni that teaches in their school, or their high school counselor, or their mom's best friend that went to UCM, that either had a positive or negative experience. So think about that whenever you're also thinking about like, why doesn't everybody choose UCM? Everybody has a different perspective of our institution, and while we do know that they're looking at emails, text messages, and like that in-person experience, they're also thinking about word of mouth. And finally, off of this slide, faculty touchpoints matter. So I cannot tell you how many times we have a Saturday visit or a daily visit, or an event day where they're looking for specific programs. So like mom and dad took off work, they came down to campus, and their academic area is unavailable. So they go to the browsing fair, they're like, hey, we didn't see XYZ major. And we're like, sorry, they're teaching class during this time, which that is your primary responsibility, so can't fault you there. But even being able to provide them with additional contact information at that point, or having a student ambassador on our end that is of that major that can speak to what that student experience is like, really helps and goes a long way with those families. So something Lorraine will mention later is like how we've gone through a lot to make sure we have a wide array of orientation leaders and ambassadors, so that there is a lot of those like little niche majors that we have someone that can talk about. Or someone who switched between a couple majors, like Alexis, she was education, now she's political science, and can talk about being a student in both of those areas and how those faculty helped her regardless of what her major was. All right, so I briefly mentioned this in the last slide, but this is kind of how a student finds us. So whether it's through one of those marketing services, or filling out an RFI at a college fair, so they're gonna inquire. They're gonna be like, what is this? Tell me more, I don't know what it is. Whether it's a form on our website, a form that they physically hand to the admissions rep, or just sometimes with capabilities of Slate, just by searching UCM sometimes and going to the admissions page, we can tell that they're poking around, they're trying to find some information. So then those emails and things trigger that say like, come see us, like come ask us those questions in person. We all have those email inboxes that students can put all of their questions into, but sometimes it's easier face-to-face to answer those questions, ease some of that anxiety. So we want them to come down for a visit. As we saw on that very first slide, 60% of students who come down to visit actually retain and enroll, and so we want that. We want you to come down to campus because our secret sauce is proven to work, basically. Then we've got them at orientation. It is important for us that our visit days, our daily visits, and orientation all look different. We're showing a different side of UCM, and as you guys know, there's a lot here to see, despite everyone saying we're a secret, the best kept secret. So we want to showcase one step further at orientation. We're like, okay, you decided this is where you want to go, hopefully, because some students do orientation shop. So what does that mean for you? What's the next step and how it looks? We put all of these resources in front of you, but like now, how do you take that next step? And so that is what we're doing at orientation. It takes place early in the summer. Those first few dates, 4th, 5th, and 6th in June, and then mid-June, and then late July. So there's a lot of time there in between. for students to kind of be like, this is kind of scary. I don't know that I want to go that far, or this is too close, I want to go even further. And we in the enrollment management world refer to that as MELT, summer melt. So at orientation, it is our job to make sure that they feel good about their decision. We put them in contact with someone so that way they can reach out to Molly or one of our admissions reps and be like, hey, I don't know, I'm kind of like on the fence now. And then we're like, wait, no. Like, let us answer your questions. Let's hop on a Zoom call. Let's hop on the phone. There's no need for all of that anxiety. And then we have their course enrollment, which happens at orientation. A lot of students get really excited about that. They're like, I get to take this class and intro to marketing and all that stuff. That was my major. And so when you see that schedule, and they really are, it's another way that they're picturing themselves here. One thing and reason why students will orientation shop is to see where they get the best schedule and what they're the most excited about. And so putting them in intro to marketing, being in accounting and statistics, like, you're like, yeah, that's my bread and butter. That's exactly why I want to go here. Like, that's what I want to do. They're feeling confident and they're feeling good. And it's another level to be like, I can't just drop. Like, they've done all this hard work for me to get me to where I am. I can't just like drop this and walk away from it. So it's a little carrot, you know. And then we have our first day. Hey, Christine. And so, as you know, it is a celebration on this campus on the first day of school, and we've got the involvement fair that happens the first week of school. It's very strategic how all of the week of welcome activities are to kind of continue to ease that anxiety around starting at a new place. So we've got something for you to do at night. We've got something for you to do during the day. You have your classes now, come over here, try Starbucks, try this, like all the things. And so all of those things work towards our student journey to UCM. And as I'm sure other presentations will talk about, it doesn't stop at the first day. But that is where the handoff from admissions to the rest of campus is. So, all right. I kind of talked about these on the very first slide again. We have our daily visits, our Saturday visits, our Discover Central days. We also assist with Multicultural Visit Day, and it is, next to Admitted Student Day, one of the highest yielding events that we have on campus. Dr. Chancellor does a fantastic job of encouraging the students that come to Multicultural Visit Day to apply. We also do scholarship presentations at Multicultural Visit Day, where we will bring the checks. They'll do their Red and Black Scholarship chart, or the Red and Black Scholarship amounts, and they will get called up on stage. Their school takes pictures of them. They get reposted in the high school. All of the things, all of the like feel-good elements. She makes sure to infuse in that day, and then we assist with providing campus tours or making sure logistically where they're getting to where they need to go from session to session. And then you guys and Yik Yak see our Choose UCMs. So all of the times where we're talking about having the red bags on campus, or students are carrying those red bags around, we have consolidated those high school visits to something called Choose UCM. This is our second year doing it. So instead of having one high school 2 days a week for the entire semester or the entire academic year, we have picked maybe 6 days throughout the fall and spring semesters and 5 over the summer for high schools to come down and visit. So they all come on the exact same day, and we spread it out between Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We try to hit them all within the month because some schools have school on Monday, some don't have it on Friday, all of the things. And so they all come down, and we have about 200 students every single Choose UCM day from various different high schools. They could be small rural, they could be large Kansas City, and we provide lunch for them. We have an academic and resource browsing fair that takes place in our rec center, and we provide them campus tours. It's kind of like our daily visits where the counselor gets to pick what they want to do. So they can say, I want my group to do bowling, which we started offering this year and has been very popular. And then we want a campus tour, or we want to go meet with Success Advising because we do have transfer groups that participate in Choose UCM. And so we build their schedule just like we do for a daily visit, but for a high school. And so those are things that our office is doing, our visit office, our students. And I think it's very important, even though we're like 3 slides in, this is a team of 3. So it is myself, it is Lorraine, who was our campus visit student worker, and our campus visit student worker, Emily. And so we are facilitating all of these styles of visits and the personalization and customization of all of these things with just us and Slate, which is very cool. All right, so I talked a lot about communications that are happening with our daily visitors, and sometimes that is their first instance of engaging with the university. And so this is what it looks like, and I'm also going to show you an agenda and why it's important for faculty to reply, and how the students receive that information. So inside of our daily visit packet, the students will get a map, a 4-year plan, an agenda for their day with meeting people and their locations, and any scholarship info that we have. So this is based on student type. So if they're a freshman, they'll get the red and black scholarship chart. If they're a transfer student, they're also going to get a checklist and the transfer-specific scholarships. They schedule with us on a calendar. We don't go find them. So I think that it's very important to say that, because some people assume, like, we're like, hey, come down on Monday, hey, come down on Wednesday. And they're going online, they're finding our calendar, and they're clicking what time and date is best for them and their family. So they book a visit with us, we get an email into our campus visit inbox, and then it has their proposed itinerary on it. So it says department meeting, they want that at 11 o'clock. It says these are the additional things of the boxes that they checked at the bottom of the page. And so we'll go through and start organizing that very travel agent-like. So we're fitting it in here. This meeting only takes 30 minutes, this one takes 45. We need travel time in between appointments, all of the things. And then 7 days out from their visit, they will get a 1-week out email that has their itinerary in it. We tell students they cannot book within 4 days. So that is the very last email that has an itinerary in it other than their 24-hour out email. So if we are sending a request to the faculty, it is, they know their schedule, right? You know when you're in class, you know when you've got meetings, you know, just quick glance, respond back, yes or no. If it's no, that's okay. A lot of people like move a lot of things around in order to accommodate daily visits, and you don't have to. If you're unavailable, let us know as soon as possible, and we will call and text the student and be like, hey, this faculty's unavailable. Do you want to come on a different time, or can you come later in the day? And we handle all of that communication directly back and forth with the parent and the student. Because what hurts us is they'll get the 7-day out email if they registered that far in advance. It might not have an agenda in it. That's okay. It still tells them that they're going to have an admissions presentation and a campus tour. 24 hours out, they get the email, their aviation appointment's not on there. Or they wanted to meet with success advising and that's not on there. Or they want to meet with choir and that hasn't been added yet. And so that's when we start fielding a lot of emails that are like, hey, I'm coming down and I want to make sure all of this stuff that I requested is on there. A lot of the times, it's just because we haven't heard back. They're available, we just haven't heard back yet. And so it's very important that faculty, and staff, and resources across campus, not to say are important is any more important than any one other email in your inbox, but the prospective students are relying on that response in order to navigate their experience at UCM. We also do the dentist calls 24 hours out, so 3 o'clock rolls around, we're picking up the phone and we're calling every single visitor that we have the next day, whether it's a visit day, so admitted student day, 375 students, we're calling 375 students on Thursday, if you would like to help, come on over. But that is, we're making that student ambassador connection with that family. Whether we're calling mom's phone or the student's phone or leaving a voicemail, we're also telling them where to park, what they can expect out of their visit, if there's anything else that they would like to add. So there also are some faculty that might not get that email 4 days out because the student originally didn't request to meet with them. But then we call mom and she's like, yeah, we really want to meet with biology. And then it's a mad dash from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock to see who we can get to respond and who's available on the following day to see if that can happen. And if that happens more times than not. All right, so I wanted to show you a beautiful agenda and a not so beautiful agenda in our world. And Lorraine, myself, and our other campus visit person, Lindsay, who is no longer here, went on stealth tours this past fall. I was a cool aunt, Lorraine was a student, and so was Lindsay, and we saw how families navigate campus visits. We had a couple that we were like, we're done right now, where this is not, and we would leave, but we also looked at their agenda and we were like, well, we don't have anything for another 45 minutes and we're done with this activity. Like, we want nothing more to do with it, so there was nothing else for us to go do, and we weren't really looking forward to the rest of the day, and we were leaving. And so we use that information when we're planning our event days and daily visits and trying to keep gaps in schedules very, very minimal. So over here, we have a beautiful agenda, okay? They have their admissions presentation, their campus tour. Their campus tour is about an hour and a half. They come back to our office, they grab refreshments. So we've got a Keurig machine, soda water, Gatorade, just kind of rolls off the tongue at this point. And they can sit in our lobby. And then we assure them we have someone to take them to their very first appointment, whatever that is. At this point, it's an academic meeting on this calendar, and then they navigate that third and fourth appointment on their own. But like I said, they have a campus map. When they check in, we have either little mule head stickers that we put on all of their buildings that they can expect to go to, or now on the back of our visit folders, we're circling the buildings that they need to go to for their second and third appointments. So 2 o'clock academic meetings typically take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. So we're giving them some travel time to get to their advising appointment. Also, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the status of the student. It's a transfer student. It might be an enrollment appointment. It might be, hey, can you look at my credits and see how everything's going to come in? But still, we allot for a full hour for that. And since it's in the same building, they just have to walk right upstairs to go to study abroad. They are carrying this with them the entire day. And that is why we rely on other faculty and staff to help us help the student. Look at their agenda. Where are you headed next? How can I help you get there? Those types of questions. Beautiful. Over here, we have a very large gap. As you can see, we don't have an academic meeting, but let's just say, for example, today, all of our financial aid counselors are at the Success Summit at the exact same time. They can't take an appointment earlier than 3 o'clock, but also faculty are there too. No 2 o'clock appointment available. So we still want them to come down to campus, but this makes for a large gap. So we make suggestions while they check in. You can go to Chick-fil-A, you can experience our dining halls, you can go over to Spin Pizza, you can go over to the bookstore, 20% off at the bottom of the agenda, like all of the things, but that is an opportunity, since there is nothing there, that they could leave. And then Christy has a no-show at her 3 o'clock appointment because she's rushing back over from the Success Summit, and they're nowhere to be found because they aren't going to sit in our office for an hour and a half. And so once they leave our office after their campus tour, if they're like, hey, we're going to go grab lunch, we don't know if they come back or not. And so it's very important on our end and on the response side that if we're trying to move things around, it is with purpose. Okay, what makes a visit exceptional? So I showed you the schedule as number one, and our transitions between times. So allotting 10 to 15 minutes, depending on, sometimes we need to provide a golf cart transportation, so we're going and grabbing that student and taking them if we have student staff at that time. And that's where our student ambassadors are very, very, very important to this entire process. Without those student workers and without the ambassadors being knowledgeable of campus and of the people that they took out on tour, some of these things might not be possible, and that level of customer service would not be there. So some tips for faculty while you are having a visit, that 30 to 45 minute visit appointment, is be engaging and conversational. They're scary. You're scary to a high school student, even a transfer student. So put on your, like, my kids in kindergarten, let's have a fun conversation, welcoming smile, let's not scare them away kind of thing. Because also, one of the great things about being at UCM is all of our faculty and staff and how friendly all of us are. And so we want to start communicating that culture culture to them from the moment that they step foot for their daily visit. And I know we all have it in us. Even if you're not doing your meeting in your office, or you take your meeting to Starbucks, or you bring them over to the union, sit in more comfortable seating, your office is a little too crowded, like find somewhere else, or let us know. We are more than happy to book a different space for you to have this meeting. Somebody like aviation, who can meet with 3 and 4 families at a time, your office isn't going to fit all of them. But let us know, and we'll find a different space for you. Share stories with these students. Like, it's not all like business while you're here. Like, a visit might happen as a student as a junior, might happen as they're a senior, but they just want to get a vibe for what it's like here. So be personable, share stories. People remember feelings, not facts. So I could have told you all of those facts that were on the very first slide, but you're going to remember as a part of this presentation, like, did you laugh? Were you smiling? Was it relatable? All of those things. So keep that in mind whenever you're meeting students. What hurts the experience? So that bad agenda, because number one, they could leave, and then they don't even get to experience how great our faculty or other staff are on campus. Faculty contacts a student with alternate visit plans, but doesn't like CC us on the email. So last week, we understand that faculty want to be involved with their students. 100% we support it. What is unfortunate sometimes is that we will plan their beautiful agenda with their time slots and their logistical 10 minutes between appointments, and they're like, but I'm going to go sit in on this class, and I'm going to go meet with this person. And then they show up to our office requesting that. Where do I go to meet with so-and-so? Where do I go to do X, Y, and Z? I'm like, we don't have that on the agenda for you. I'm sorry. Did you coordinate that yourself? Their answer is always yes. And then we're trying to figure out, okay, what room are you supposed to be in? How do we fit this in with your other appointments? Do we need to cancel your other appointments? But all it takes is a quick CC on that email, and then we'll make sure that everything is coordinated around it. Even if it's 24 hours before, even if it's the night before. That morning, the reasons why they don't check in until 8:45, we're here at 8, and we're double checking those agendas, and we're checking that inbox to make sure that nothing's changed overnight. Also, going over your 45-minute meeting time. Sorry, that's also very, very, very important. Yes, Tony?
While you're saying that, it kind of made me think of something Chris told me, I don't know, several years ago. It doesn't matter how much planning you guys put into it, and how many hoops you jump through to give them a perfect day. If they meet a student on campus who's not having a good day and they're just asking directions and the student is rude to them, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
one little bad experience can ruin the whole day for that visiting student, and there's nothing we can do about it, and that's the frustrating part. Because I know you guys put in a ton of work, and there's something that's out of your control that could kill the whole day for that student.
Absolutely.
I know that can be frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Vest sent us a report about the weather and how it impacts
Oh,
a daily
that's a
business.
big one.
So, like, how many students are likely to cancel? Oh, yes, how many students are going to cancel if it's raining outside versus when it's sunny and 75? And so that is stuff that also, like, goes into it completely out of our control. But, yes, I agree, Tony.
Yeah.
All right, Saturday visit days, and then I think I'm going to pass it to Lorraine. So our difference in our Saturday visits from our daily visits is that in the fall, we have an experience, whether that's a family weekend or a football game or both of those things. We want the students to, like, integrate themselves into student life at UCF. And so that is the sole purpose. We might have a browsing fair on those days. We might only have 15 to 20 minutes for faculty to meet with students and families that day. But because the sole purpose and the core of the event is for student experience. We're going to answer some questions about some academics, but we want them to, like, submerge themselves into our culture. But for a daily visit, you get 45 minutes with faculty. Sometimes an hour if you don't have anything on the other side of that academic meeting. And so you can really go in depth, you can talk about the courses that they're going to take and all of those things, but that's not necessarily possible at a Saturday visit. We do have academic visit days, academic-based Saturday visit days. In the spring, where we do a lot for a full 45 minutes for the faculty to talk with students and their families, and those are also very important. We have families, like when you look at our core, who is UCM recruiting, we have a lot of first-gen students. So that also means that their parents don't necessarily see the value in college yet, or they don't know, they're not sure how to navigate that process. So coming on a Saturday means mom and dad don't have to take off work. They just have to allocate that time to come down to a college campus on a Saturday. And when faculty or other resource areas aren't available on a Saturday, then that student's experience is skewed. Or our Saturday visit might look different than another institution's, and that's okay, but we have to set them up for that experience of like, if we're gonna say faculty meetings will be offered, even though we put the little caveat based on faculty availability, they already got into the sentence. And so they expect everyone to be there all the time. But we understand life is life, right? Like there's a work-life balance and sometimes you can't come in on Saturdays. And so that's why we try to be proactive in communicating what our Saturday visit schedule is a full academic year in advance, which shout out to the campus events calendar, because if you look on there, all of our stuff for next fiscal year is already on here. Okay, and I already talked about experience-based visit days. Okay, contact book, Lorraine's bread and butter. We will send out at the beginning of a semester something called the contact book. I'm hoping to move this into Slate for the next future, but we'll see. That is for faculty and staff to put in their availability. If you put your availability in on this spreadsheet, we will put it on Slate. So if you have class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 o'clock, when we typically schedule those department meetings, put it in the contact book. And then when a student goes to book a 9 o'clock appointment with admissions and wants to meet with your major, they'll get a yellow pop-up that says, this department is not available for morning appointments. And then they can select a noon arrival. Or they know that that appointment is not going to take place until at least noon. And they need to select a resource area and kind of fill in the other areas of their appointment. The legwork that you do up front will pay off in the end when it comes to that. So we allow for a notes section on the contact book. We allow for you to say not available on this day. What's beautiful is Dr. Wakeman will put which professor is available on which days and which time. So we know that on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the afternoon appointment, we send it to Dr. Crawford. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning, we might send it to Dr. Wakeman. And so we can make sure to get all of that situated. Yes, Karen?
Yeah, we have a question from a virtual attendee.
Yeah.
When you're emailing anyone that a student is requesting an appointment with, do they get to see the student's entire agenda? So that way, like, if they schedule with advising and they meet with me, I can see, okay, after me, you're meeting with marching band. Like, do you know how to get to the marching band meeting, right? So instead of having to ask the student, hey, can I see your agenda to see where you're going next? Like,
Absolutely. Yes, that's a fantastic question. When we receive the request, the initial request from the student in the inbox, we forward their entirety of what their anticipated agenda is to each appointment. So we've got, usually our first requests are success advising and department meetings. So we will send those first, but you get the entire chunk. And our Slate emails automatically slot those department meetings for 11 o'clock in those. So we forward that to the faculty and we're like, hey, can you meet on this day at 11 o'clock? They respond back, they say yes, and then we move on to the second resource area, but same thing, we take that full agenda and forward it on to that resource area so that they see, okay, they've got an 11 o'clock appointment, I'm gonna be at noon, that's why she's requesting noon, and it kind of goes from there. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. All right, so now, any questions about daily visits, our visit days, the purpose of those, how you can help with those? Okay, now it's Lorraine's turn. She's going to talk about orientation. Woo. Woo.
Alright, so orientation. Orientation is different from kickoff. Orientation is sometimes the student's first time coming to campus. They're not required to do a daily visit to get admitted. So orientation, important. Kickoff is, for anybody who's ever been involved in kickoff, it is not mandatory. I did kickoff as a freshman. I did not go to all of my kickoff sessions as a freshman. I just wanted to move in early. So the information that is given out at orientation is more important to the students because they're going to listen to it more. The orientation agenda will be going out today. Yep, will be going out today in the events email. We just have to move it over to a different document, but we will be sending that out today. In a couple slides, I'll talk about the student connection focus, which is our mule tracks. So that is our student session. And then I'll also kind of go over orientation leader pairings and how that came about, how I did that, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so back with your roles at orientation. Like I said, orientation is mandatory for all incoming students. So during those academic sessions, you really want to focus on those big ticket items, not like the little nitty gritty of like, well, this is what this class is going to be, and this is what this class is going to be. Kind of like the big stuff, like you're a music major, this is where you can put your trumpet all day so you don't have to carry it around. Or this is like this really big important thing that you need to know about this program. All that kind of stuff. And this is a really good time to reinforce belonging and academic readiness. So just kind of introducing yourself to them. Their parents are also in the academic session, so you get to not only meet the students, but you get to meet the parents as well, which you don't really meet the parents a lot in college because they're sending their kids here, and most parents aren't coming down to talk to everybody on campus. So the academic sessions are just a really good time to get to know your students, get to know their parents, ease some of those worries that they might have about coming in, and just that UCM is ready for them, and we're excited for them to be here. The student session. So in the past, we have done just like a really big student session where every single student who comes to orientation, we can sometimes have 200 plus students on an orientation day. We put them all in one big room, and we just kind of play some games, but it doesn't always work. It doesn't always give everyone the opportunity to meet each other and make lasting friendships. So this year, we are starting something new called Mule Tracks. We will be debuting a couple of them Friday at Admitted Student Day to kind of see how they work. But the idea with Mule Tracks is just that they will get to pick their mule track, which on the next slide I have the ones we're doing. But they will get to pick it based on their individual interests. So it does not matter what their major is. They could be a cybersecurity major, but they really, really want to build a vision board. They can pick whatever they want, and that is a way for them to get to meet people outside of their major and make connections, maybe find their roommate, find some people to kind of look out for on that first week of school, just to kind of make things seem a little less scary. I know I was really scared after orientation. So these are all of our mule tracks that we're offering. We at Admitted Student Day on Friday, we'll be doing field day. However, it's going to rain. They're also ripping up these fields right now. So we're going to do it in the gym. We're going to do vision boards, which our career and life design is helping with, and they're going to help us facilitate it and set it all up and show us how to do it. We're doing Lego building. We're doing Shark Tank, which our marketing department is helping us with. Oh, and then we have an honors college specific track that we're doing. So they'll kind of be running that over there. Going back to those orientation leader pairings, I am really, really excited about our group of orientation leaders that we have this year. We have a very wide array of majors that we don't always have. So I know we have like an interior design, we have theater, we have HDFS, we have criminal justice, speech path, cybersecurity. So we have a huge array of majors, and they were placed in their groups based on their major. So aside from our speech path and our cybersecurity, because we have 3 of each of those, almost everybody else is in the orientation group that their major is in. So does that kind of make sense?
Are these going to be
on numbers, and after the first, we'll probably offer all of them on the first day, and then kind of see like, this one's really popular, everybody really liked this one, but like, nobody wanted to go play ping pong, or
Are they-
something like that.
Are they signing up for it when they sign up for orientation, or is it like day of, you're gonna be like, these are the
Yep,
groups?
it'll be,
Choose your own adventure.
yes, so it'll be day of,
Nice.
they will, I know for Admitted Student Day, they got, they're like, these are the ones we're gonna offer, get excited, be ready. And then for Admitted Student Day, at least, at check-in, they'll get their lanyard with their name tag and all of their things on it, and then they'll go into our mule track room, and in there, we will have a student advocating, or one of our either ambassadors or orientation leaders, advocating for each mule track that we're having to kind of see like what's the best fit for you. We'll have a little info flyer, which Britni, Emily, and I made them, and I'm very excited about them. They're really cute. And then they'll pick the one they want, and they'll get at Admitted Student Day, they'll get a little label, and it'll go on the back of their name tag. For orientation, we got personalized wristbands, and they're all a different color, and they say the name of the mule track on it. So, I'm very excited. Any questions on the mule tracks? Do those all kind of make sense? So, just some of the little key takeaways. The first impressions make a lasting impact. I still remember my orientation. I remember my campus visit. All of those kind of like first that I had before I got here, I remember those vividly. I was an education major coming in, so I remember meeting with the education faculty on my visit. I remember going over and meeting with them during my orientation. So for orientation and visits, those first impressions that you make are really, really important. I visited, it was like 4 years ago. So those made a really lasting impression on me and helped me pick UCM. So just have any questions about it?
Awesome. Does anyone have any last